Hello, Chuck Fry here from Visual Velocity. During the last several months, I've been talking to you about Poppy AI, which is a visual AI tool that's built around the organizing principle of a mind map. During the last several months, it added mind maps as a resource type. In other words, you can build a rudimentary mind map right in the Poppy workspace, where its AI engine can use it as part of its context for prompts. But recently, Poppy added the ability to output the results of AI queries as mind maps. This opens up some really intriguing possibilities, which we'll explore in this video. But before we dig into that, I'd like to first walk you through why this even matters. What benefits does presenting information in a mind map offer to you? Here are some of the ways it's a game changer. First, mind mapping is aligned with the way your mind thinks by association, so it encourages creativity. You can see relationships and connections between pieces of information that aren't visible in a linear format. It enhances your ability to synthesize the AI's output. All of the AI tools I've used, and I've tried many of them, share this same shortcoming: a very small window where the AI's output appears. For simple queries and responses, this might be adequate, but if you're asking it to take on a more complex, multifaceted task, this design is clearly inadequate. You can also add your own ideas to the Poppy mind map output without destroying its underlying structure. It's easy to use the AI output as stepping stones to bigger ideas, which you can easily add to the mind map. And they make complexity understandable by enabling you to break down information into its component pieces. As you can see, the mind map format is really quite valuable for gathering, organizing, and synthesizing information and ideas. So now let's take a closer look at Poppy AI's new mind map output format. So my experiments with it have shown that Poppy's new mind mapping functionality works amazingly well. The AI output is clear and well organized in a right-facing map. It is editable. You can edit the text of any branch, add branches, and even rearrange them. You can also expand and contract map branches in this window, useful if you want to reduce the amount of visual clutter you're looking at. What's especially cool is that the Poppy mind maps remain interactive with the AI chat window. If you want to add more detail to your mind map, you can post a follow-up query in the AI chat window. It will generate a new mind map that contains its original content plus the additions you requested. So I tried 2 experiments to see what I could get this new mind map functionality to do. For the first one, I had Poppy transcribe a video I recently produced about 7 ways that Poppy represents an unfair advantage. I then asked it to produce a series of LinkedIn posts based on it. Poppy did so and, when instructed, formatted them as a mind map. I then asked Poppy to create calls to action for each note. It did so and added them to each map branch as a new sub-branch. As I mentioned earlier, it did so in a new window. Here's a close-up of one of those branches after I asked it to add calls to action. My second experiment was a bit more challenging. I asked Poppy to analyze a job description, extract all the keywords from it, and display them as a mind map along with their frequency in parentheses. Providing it with a link to the job description didn't work because LinkedIn requires a login. So I copied and pasted the entire text of the job description into a text window in Poppy. I then ran my query. Poppy did an excellent job of grouping the keywords into logical collections and displayed the keyword frequency as requested. Even at this stage, having this valuable information presented visually is incredibly valuable. If you've done a job search, you know these automatic resume reading systems are looking for keywords. So having the keywords from the job description presented in this way is valuable in and of itself. You can refer to it when tweaking your resume and writing a highly customized cover letter using the keywords Poppy uncovered. But I decided to take it one more step. I uploaded my resume to this Poppy board and connected it to the chat window. I then asked Poppy to analyze my resume and match my skills and experience to those that the company that wrote the job ad was seeking. I asked Poppy to add these matches as subtopics to the appropriate keyword branches. The result is a marvelous visualization that makes the whole resume tweaking and cover letter writing process even more inspired. Could you do this type of matching in another AI tool? It would certainly be possible, and since I did this experiment, I've actually tried it in ChatGPT. But only Poppy could present it visually like this and give you the ability to quickly do experiments like this. That's what makes it truly unique. And the more I use Poppy, the more I'm convinced that the speed with which you can put together resources and run queries against it really enables you to be much more creative, because it would take much longer to do these types of prompts in a traditional AI tool. What if you want to export your map to further develop it elsewhere? Currently, Poppy only supports PNG and SVG exports. But I figured out a very cool workaround. I knew that most of the major AI tools have the ability to read the text in an image and use it. And so I reasoned that a mind mapping tool that has AI capabilities might be able to read this image of the Poppy produced map and recreate the map. And I discovered I was able to do that with a tool called MindMap AI. It worked perfectly. If you are intrigued by what Poppy makes possible, especially with this new mind mapping capability, I encourage you to click on the link below in the video description to learn more and consider investing in this marvelous multifaceted tool. Thanks for watching.